Can you win the round with all streaks exhausted? But of course it's Envoy working the flank. Backed up, tagged up, and dropped an optic. They will win the map 5 and stay alive at Major 5.
For Seattle, what a run. You just want to see them succeed, and well, they'll have to wait till next year.
Let's talk Seattle Surge in the 2021 season. A lot of veterans, a lot of talent.
This was not a team that went out and played around young talent. They didn't take any risks. They played off of their bench. They bring on Gunless, Looney, and Pristini. They keep Octane. That was their superstar. That's who they wanted to build around.
You hope now with somebody like Gunless alongside Octane, maybe they had the firepower to compete with some of the best teams, but the team just couldn't find the wins.
That's massive as Octane's able to find the first classic. Everybody explodes, and that will be it. Seattle getting one of the biggest upsets in CDL history.
Eventually they bring in Classic. They're able to beat FaZe. They make a little bit of a run.
And I thought that's when they looked their best, but that's probably the highlight of their year.
They were never a real threat. It was not a good year for Seattle Surge.
This is not going the way I expected, but this is one hell of a story for the Seattle Surge.
Looking forward to the 2022 roster for Seattle Surge. You've got Accuracy, Sib, Mack, and Pred. And yeah, this is very, very different.
If you look at every other team in the league, they took risks on young talent. Seattle Surge stayed away from it. This year, though, they're taking that risk.
You're going with youth. And yes, maybe you're trying to recreate some of that magic of some of the rookies that have come in recently. But I do think a lot of pressure falls on Accuracy to get these guys in the right headspace playing the right way.
Everybody rolling on sprees, and now it's Accuracy's turn. Sitting on 6 in a row. Can he make it 7? You bet he will.
Seattle reached out to me very early on, and them making it seem like they were committed is something that gave me a lot of confidence and made me really want to work with them.
Accuracy, I do think he's one of the better leaders we have within the entire Call of Duty League.
But you could tell they wanted someone to be that leader, right? If we're going to pick up a couple of young players, they wanted that leader.
I'm going to be the main AR. It's not a surprise to any of you guys. The flex player is going to be Sib, and the 2 subs are going to be Mack and Pred.
Accuracy, though, they line up! They line up for Accuracy, and he wins it! Are you kidding?
Well, I feel like I've always been a mentor to people on my team, especially younger players in my career. So now I have a whole team full of them. So I'm kind of like the team dad, but I'm looking forward to the journey.
Sib still shredding players here on 5 in a row, 6 in a row.
The way I got picked up on Seattle, previously during my Challengers year, Stan Phoenix was actually my coach. We had really good success. I went back to back to back. During the meantime when he was coaching me, he actually helped me get out my comfort zone, which helped me play way better. He's just a really good coach, so he reached out to me, and I was just like, yeah, man, I'm all for it.
Sib being the flex player makes perfect sense. He's an extremely aggressive, talented player. His screen looks like no other that you'll see in the COD community. You should be prepared to see an insane amount of highlight plays coming out of him.
Looking at Sib on the Seattle Surge lineup, I think it raises a lot of questions because there's this question of ego, attitude. I don't know exactly what you want to call it.
I've heard, some issues of maybe immaturity, anger.
Pizza scoreboard, pizza scoreboard. Hey,
Sib on top.
hey, your money! I ain't playing no games out here. Step it up. You heard me?
I don't honestly, I don't really pay attention to it. I could care less. The legends have a bunch of haters. LeBron has a bunch of haters. Tom Brady, Kobe Bryant, they all had haters. So I think that's just something that comes with being talented or just being really good at what you do.
As his teammate, I like that. I like that he has a chip on his shoulder. I like that he has that killer instinct and that dog in him. That's something that you need as a rookie coming up in the scene.
I'm hoping that having somebody like Accuracy will help him get his head on straight. Because unless you are the second coming of God in Call of Duty, and so good that the talent outweighs all the other you got to be a good teammate and have your head on straight too.
Pred just absolutely dismantles the opposition.
I played with Renegades for the last 2 years, and honestly, Renegades was one of the best experiences I've had. Took me to my first ever international event.
This guy has insane potential. He's dominating the scene in Australia while only playing part-time. So who knows what he could do when he gets a chance to commit his full effort, full mind to the game.
I was actually in contact with Seattle Surge for a while. Even the year before in Modern Warfare, I had an opportunity to go, but because of these issues and COVID, kind of got pushed back. So I feel like my time was always going to come. It was just when and with who, and I'm happy that it's with Seattle. I really like the team, and I really like the management around it.
Mack makes you work for it. Mack makes you work for it real hard. Oh boy.
I know a lot of people see Mack as a flex player from this last season, but the reality is he's a sub player at heart. He even turned down other offers to be a flex player because he wanted to be a full-time sub player. So that's how hard committed he is to that role.
I got in the scene with Mack during World War II. It was like, what, we were 16. I was used to being the best or whatnot, and then I played him. I was like, wow, this guy's pretty good, you know? I was like, oh. We always talked about, like, it would be crazy if we were on a team together, and, you know, look what happens.
A new environment and a new team.
I can't believe it. You gotta give it to the guys on Seattle.
Success for the Seattle Surge in 2022, I think, would be proving to all the fans and everyone else that there's a new wave in the Seattle Surge. I can't ask for much more than always having a chance to win every single event.
I think losing is really like something I'm not used to either, so it's going to be interesting. You know, I know that placing well and winning tournaments is definitely the goal.
Success is really measured on how you grow as a person. So this year, I just want to be better than I was before.
This is a bit of an experiment. It's going to take time. You have to be patient with it. But I think the biggest thing is we want to see a Seattle Surge that is competitive against all teams in the league.
If you're going to ask me if this team can make some sort of shocking run at champs and have it together, that is impossible to answer. If the hype around players like Fred and Siblings is real, and we know what Mack is capable of, who knows, man? I didn't think Clay was going to do half the shit he did with some of his teams, but then he's winning world championships. So, champs, dude, who the knows? I don't know.